Hello, this is Inside the Press Box with Sunil Sunder Raj of the Everyday Fan Sports. Today, I'm happy to be speaking with Amaan Khan, a junior at Lane Tech College Prep High School in Chicago, Illinois, a right-handed pitcher on the Lane Tech baseball team, a lead baseball training team, and the Pakistan national baseball team. Amaan, once again, thank you so much for taking some time out to speak with me today. Congrats on your success.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
No problem. Okay, Amanda, first and foremost, I wanted to ask you about the Lane Tech, college prep high school baseball team. A very successful season here. Just talk about playing for the team. For head coach Sean Freeman, you have program pitching coordinator Henry Zumal, assistant coaches Albert Ravena and Marcus Murphy. Just talk about what this past season, just the experience for you.
So I was on JV, so those
Okay.
guys were on the varsity program. So our JV
Okay.
team, we won the Chicago Public Schools
Yeah.
City Championship, and varsity also won it. They
Okay.
won at Wrigley Field, and this past summer we won the IHSA, the Illinois High School Sports, like that stuff. We won that summer championship at UIC in Chicago. So
Okay.
it's Lane's like a super big time baseball program, and it's been really big in Illinois for the past 100 years, sending guys to the MLB. We're number one in Illinois for that, and continuing to keep that up.
Yeah, that must. I mean, it must be a surreal feeling winning a championship here. Some of your stats. These are correct: 29 and one-third innings pitched, a 1.67 ERA, 39 strikeouts, 7 earned runs allowed. Just talk about being able to put up those numbers, and again, winning, being part of a championship team, Amon.
Uh, Honestly, it's all from coaching from my head coach Sean Pfeiffer, and then
Okay.
from our summer baseball team, just like the confidence they were able to give me to go out there and like compete, and especially with like my teammates, because everyone on the team they were all studs, and they just allowed me to be me out on the mound and be able to compete. They made the plays for me. They got me runs when I was pitching, and it helped me out so much.
That's fantastic. Hey, let's talk about preparing for a season. There's so much that goes into it. We know it, with strength and conditioning, just nutrition, mental health. I mean, there are a number of factors. Just talk about, as you prepared for this season, what, you did, on an individual basis. And of course, you had the team practices as well, but just wanted to ask you about that.
Nutrition wise, I was helped from Zishan Ali. He's from Illinois too, from that Niles area. He helped me with nutrition throughout the year, and strength and conditioning. Noel Pagan from Elite Baseball Training. They gave me the programs, what to eat, what to work out on, and it helped me tremendously throughout the off season. Helped my arms stay healthy, my body stay healthy. Didn't have any injuries throughout the season that held me back too much, and it just helped me go into where I am right now for the upcoming tournament.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Okay, let's talk about preparing for a start. What goes into it, what you do. Some of your routines, your rituals to get ready. Be able to take that mound.
The day before I pitch, I usually get like a quick lift in just to get my muscles going, and I'm very superstitious, so I get to the field like an hour and a half exact every time, and make sure like I stretch first, then I go do like all my arm care stuff, then I'll go long toss, then I'll go hop on the mound, and I'll make sure to have like 2 bottles of water right before I step out on the mound. It's just something superstitious I've had since a young age, and I've just kept it going since.
Yeah, no, it's terrific. Okay, once you're on that mound, you're facing, of course, the opposition. Walk everyone through those moments, just in terms of what you're experiencing at that moment. Getting ready to throw a pitch. Of course, you have your catcher as well that you have to be on the same page as well. Just again, what there's so much that goes into that in terms of really just having a quality start.
Really just comes down to like the chemistry I've had with my catchers. I've had tremendous catchers throughout all of high school, and they've helped me out so much. Defense helped me out so much, but just like them being able to understand what I like to throw and what the coaches want me to throw, and we just all get on the same page and it just clicks through that.
That's great. Yeah, that's important. Hey, let's talk about incorporating, like, video. It's so much that you have people recording the games. You can go back, after a start, examine, like, what you did right, what you did wrong, what you can improve on in terms of your next start. Just talk about how you've been able to tap into that, Amaan.
So my dad records every one of my starts. So
Okay.
after every single game, we'll watch like the full 2 hour game, even our team hitting and just stuff like that. And we just pick up on stuff, and I'll write stuff down in a notebook, what the pros, like what went well throughout the game, what went bad throughout the game. And I'll write that down. And for my next outing or during my bullpens, I'll work on that. And it just helps me out just to be able to fix the little things to go out there.
Yeah, no, definitely. I know you're entering your junior year, but it must be amazing. I mean, the fact that social media is so essential as well, and that you were able to get your game footage out there in terms of your starts. Talk about how exciting that is for you, Amaan.
I'll be starting my junior
Yeah,
year this fall.
yeah, yeah.
So could you repeat that? It cut out a little bit.
Oh, yeah. I was just going to ask you about social media. The fact that you have a number of sites out there, but especially Twitter. The fact that you were able to get your videos out there, your highlight videos, your starting assignments. Just that must be again important for you. I said, I mean, you still have 2 years left here, of course. At Lane, but just talk about how great of a feeling that is as well.
Honestly, like social media has helped out me so much, and that's how I got picked for the Pakistan team. That's how they found me out there through one of my outings.
Mm-hmm.
And just to be able to have people like you, like if I ever need an issue and I could reach out to you, be like, can you help me with this? And you've helped me out for like the past month now to be able to get my stuff out there. So it's like just people who've been able to provide help for me. It's got me a long way. But like just being able to use Twitter for like everybody to be able to post your outings, your stats, all that stuff,
Yeah.
your hitting, stuff like that, it's gonna reach the right crowd, and it helped me out reaching the right crowd too.
Yeah, no, I agree. 100% with you. Not only here, of course, in America, but even like we talk about worldwide. I mean, that's how much, of course, social media and Twitter has grown, throughout the years. Hey, let's talk about, you've been a dual sport athlete, played basketball until your sophomore year. And you talked about how critical that was in terms of, playing multiple sports, staying in shape, year round, pretty much. Talk about, again, what the basketball just has meant to you in terms of here. I'm sure that there are things that are interchangeable in terms of both sports and helping you out. Just talk about that as well, Amaan.
Well, I grew up in Chicago, and it's a pretty big basketball city.
Yeah.
And the travel team I grew up playing for, we're the number one team in the North Side for the past 15 years. So it's just like,
Yeah.
with those coaches I've had, like some of my coaches dropped 35 on Duke University. Like it's like those guys were just able to put me in like the right mindset. And one of my coaches who recently passed away, he was always pushing me to like go out there, give it my all every single game, and it just translates out on the mound because it's like you never know when your last game's going to be, so might as well go put it out there every single time.
Yeah, no, excellent point you made. Okay, I don't want to forget about the elite baseball training team because so you definitely flourished, here in the summer. So I wanted to ask you. I mean, it said 2.51 ERA and 52 2/3 innings, 54 strikeouts, 21 earned runs allowed, 31 hits. A couple of impressive performances, a complete game against the White Sox Aces at Sparks Invite. 7 innings, no walks, 4 hits allowed, 5 strikeouts, 3 runs on 92 pitches. I want to ask you about that start, but then there was another one, I think, against Ontario Astros at the ABC Invite in Grant Park. 5 innings, they said 5 shutout innings, 2 hits allowed. I mean, just talk about, I mean, again, to see your hard work, said on and off the field, but to see it pay off here in the summertime.
It just came down to our head coach Matt Van Mill and our recruiting director Chris Tierney. Like we started Elite's a very big organization out in Illinois and is known across the Midwest. And being on that team, we just got like absolute studs and just dudes on that team who go out there and they're putting up crazy numbers in high schools, crazy numbers in summer, and they're just allowing me to go out on the mound and just have confidence, be able to roll up double plays, roll up ground balls, just lazy flyouts, stuff like that. But having that team in the summer, it means a lot because we played in big time tournaments, and to be able to go out there and have those guys behind me as my defense and have them go hit, it helps me out a lot. And it goes down to a lot to my catcher again, because I've been with him for 2 years now, and we've connected really well. And he just throughout those 2 starts, he's just helped me big time.
Yeah, no, that's tremendous. I popped into my head. I'm like, I even said this before we came on the air. You're so young, just the fact that to see that how much success you've been able to attain, and the accolades you've been able to earn. Excuse me. I'm wondering when you sit back, like, sometimes, what you're feeling, I said, that, wow, like, I said, did you realize, I mean, it would come this fast, but like, again, you have so much, ahead of you, but just, I'm wondering in those moments, what, again, you're feeling.
To be honest, I haven't really thought about, I feel like everyone's always told me like that I've been like, like I'm kind of rushing a little bit, but it's just like, it's just the crowd that's around me. Cause like, I mean, man, like everyone that I'm around, all my closest friends, we're just all so focused. And I feel like just the age thing hasn't really got to me yet. Yeah. But it also comes down to like confidence when you play against these older guys, and we'll see out there in the World Baseball Classic qualifiers. Just, it's like, I mean, these guys are pro guys, right? So like, they're going to be looking for certain pitches, and just like having confidence in myself to be able to out there and just, just do my thing. I think it'll help me a lot.
That's just, you hit it on the spot, is in terms of your pitches, like, having that command, when you're on the mound. I went to, definitely ask you about that, trying to mix it up and keep hitters off balance, Amaan.
Yeah, exactly that. Just like, those off speed against those guys is going to go a long way. And it's not just for me, just for our other guys too. Cause it's like, we're not a very well-known country, and let alone for baseball. So it's like, and everyone on this team, they're all good on our team, other teams, but just, that off speed's going to go a long way in this tournament for sure.
Hey, I want to piggyback to Lane Tech, said College Prep High School, in terms of the administration, athletic department, President Edwina Thompson, athletic director Brent Bradish, just what they've meant to you, just in terms of from the school, even the student body, but just the administration, athletic department supporting, said the baseball program.
So we just picked up a new athletic director this year.
Okay.
And we had our previous one, Nick Lagalbo, but like I said, like the principals, the athletic directors, the coaches, like they've supported the baseball program, supported the athletic department, and has supported the entire school in general. Just like having because Lane is a very diverse school, and I feel like that's kind of helped me feel comfortable at Lane. It's just such a friendly school, and you can really get used to it, and it's the best school I've gone to. So just they've helped me fit in really well.
Yeah, that's super, right? Hey, we all know it's just not about being an athlete, it's being a student athlete, time management, organization. You've been a straight A student, so you definitely have been able to execute it perfectly in terms of striking that balance. Talk about what you've been able to do. I mean, that just has made it, so flawless that, I mean, it really is, just, I mean, that's magnificent. Just talk about what you've been able to do on an individual basis, Amaan.
Throughout elementary and middle school, I was always a straight A student. That just came from my mother and my father, just, like pushing me to do the best I can in the classroom. And at Lane, I had a really good freshman year. My GPA was really good. And sophomore year, I had another solid year for my GPA. So just kind of my parents and grandparents and great grandparents, and they've all just been very highly academic minded. And it just, I feel like I've got to continue that. So.
Yeah, no, it's great to see being able to demonstrate that work ethic. I wanted to ask you, of course, about the Pakistan national baseball team. It said preparing for the World Baseball Classic qualifiers in Panama City, Panama next month. Pakistan is in the Pool B, along with host city Panama, Nicaragua, Brazil, Argentina, and New Zealand. The top two teams, of course, from each group will advance to the World Baseball Classic in 2023. So, what did you get from your perspective, just in terms of how far this team can go, the quality of players on this roster, just what you're seeing? I mean, we're really closing in on this. I mean, another month and change. So just wanted to ask you about that, Amaan.
I like, this is probably like the biggest opportunity I've ever had in my life. Probably will be. I mean, that's like been my dream ever since little kid, to be able to represent like my home country. But it's like it's everyone else's dream too. And going with that, the guys on this team, like there's guys out there that are absolute studs on this team. Like we have the number one shortstop in Illinois who's on our team, and we have a guy that you've already interviewed, like two of them that are just studs, and those guys are just going to help us so much. And I'm pretty sure there's going to be a couple more guys we're going to be adding, like 2 Japanese guys. But I mean, this team will go super far because we're going to have a couple practice. Our chemistry is going to go up, and I just think we have all the talent we need to be able to get past this qualifier and hopefully advance on to the big stage.
Yeah, no, I agree. Have you been able to talk with some of the guys, just be able to, shoot the breeze and just, get to know them? And of course, as you indicated, those practices, again, will build up more of that chemistry and that bond, said with your teammates. I was just wondering about that as well, Amaan.
Yeah, I've talked to a couple of them. One of them played for Elite, so I mean that was pretty cool for me. One guy's from Illinois, so and he's a high schooler just like me, so we kind of both hit it off like that. There's one guy at West Virginia. Like, it's just like we got guys on this team that like I'm super excited to meet and to be able to look up to throughout this tournament, and just go out there and go compete.
Yeah, that's very nice. Had a couple more left for you, Amaan. I had to take it back a little bit further, to Coonley Elementary School in Chicago from kindergarten through 8th grade. Those times when you look back on it, just what comes to your mind as well?
Coonley was, to be honest, was some of the best days of my life I had out there. The teachers were great. Most importantly, my friends. Just like having them throughout my entire life has meant a lot to me. And, like certain sports teams I was on over there, probably the best team I've played for with school basketball. I just had so much fun going to that school and the community. And it was a great experience. Yeah,
that's fabulous. Okay. When it comes to the game of baseball, you've been playing for a long time. Started out 5 years old at Wells Park in Chicago, Illinois, up until the 13U team. I'm just wondering, when it comes to the game of baseball, some of the intangibles, I mean, just what stands out to you, whether it's during the games, practices. I'm sure that, you have that, of course, that energy, you have that drive, that passion, to continue playing year after year. Just what is it about this sport that just makes it just so enjoyable to play, and of course to pitch as well?
Honestly, everything, because there's no sport in the world like baseball, because it's it's a slower paced game. So like every pitch, every second in that game matters. Every like little step, every centimeter, millimeter, because that can decide a game for you. It's not like basketball stuff like that, or football, or soccer, and it's just a totally different game. And it's just such a mental game to be able to go out there. Every single pitch, every second matters, and you've always got to be ready for whatever.
Hey, I almost skipped on this, to put on a jersey, said, whether it's at Lane, said elite baseball team. Now, when you put that jersey on for the Pakistan national baseball team, you said representing, your country, your ethnicity, I mean, that's very prestigious. I'm wondering, like, a lot of people don't get to experience what type of honor that is for you personally.
It's everything I've dreamed of as a little kid. Like I'm blessed to be able to have this opportunity. So it just comes down to everyone on that Pakistan coaching staff for believing in me to be able to have this opportunity. But just to represent Pakistan means a lot to me, because like you don't really find many Pakistani baseball players out there. But when you
Yeah.
really look at this team, you're like, dang man, like there's studs out there,
Yeah.
and it just means a lot.
Yeah. I don't think people truly realize the impact that you guys are having. This is, I mean, and this is the great about it thing is that the sport is growing rapidly. And the fact that we have now teams from Asia and that, they're opening up academies, they're opening up, training facilities in, Asia, whether Pakistan, India, I'm sure I'm just wondering when that crosses your mind to see that. I mean, of course, and then to have players, of course, here in America playing in high school, at colleges. Just had to ask you about that as well, Amaan.
Um, just it's just like because there's kids that look up to certain guys on this team to be like like I know him, and it's like also like it's just like the community back in Pakistan and in America, wherever around the world, just like being able to show them like yeah we can compete, and just like just we've had this thing on the team. It's called like shock the world. So it's just going out there and just shocking the world, show everyone what we're capable of.
Yeah, no, definitely. Well said. Hey, you talked to a family before your parents, and you have a lot of family back in Pakistan. And as said, provide the info. I mean, you have ancestors down to your siblings and cousins that have participated in sports, that have been played in college, been all state, nationally ranked in tennis. Just having that work ethic again and dedication. Talk about how important that is, to keep that, line going, in terms of playing sports as well.
It's all come from my grandpa.
Okay.
He played multiple sports in college, and everyone else in my family, we've all been athletes. My father, my uncle, they were all state in tennis. My cousin was. I'm sorry, one second. It was Wi-Fi. I
Yeah,
was
it's okay.
bugging out.
It's
Am
okay.
I all good?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay, yeah. So, yeah, like my cousin, he was ranked top 4 in Asia when he was 15 at
Okay.
under 18 for tennis. So it's like our family like has a very long history of athletics in
Yeah.
it, and I just think it's just translated down to me and now to my brother too, and
That's
sister
awesome.
too.
Okay. I'm glad you brought up your siblings. So this has got to be it's got to be special that you're sharing this journey with them. Talk about that.
Um, to be honest, I don't even think my sister understands what's going on yet. I think my brother's
Okay.
he's still trying to piece it together.
Yeah.
Uh, I mean, he like walked up to me and he was just like, we're St. Louis Cardinals fans, and they got like that really big time clip of Yadier Molina and Javier Baez when they got like that tag, and he's just like, "Are you really gonna be playing in that?" I'm like, "Yeah, hopefully, man." But
Yeah.
I mean, they're both doing big things right now, and more to come. But it's just super cool to be able to have a family that supports me throughout this.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. Hey, hobbies, playing basketball, friends, collecting sports cards. I mean, because you got so much on your plate in terms of when you're academics, athletics. It must be great. You kick back. Able to like sort of de-stress and relax a little bit. Talk
Yeah.
about those hobbies and what they've meant to you as well.
Just the sports cards thing's been a thing. I've been young. I just kind of like it makes me happy just kind of like seeing like certain guys from back in the day I used to follow, and
Yeah.
just kind of just doing it for fun, and with just hanging out with friends. I think it just keeps me loose, and all my friends are all athletes, so we're hanging out. We'll go play basketball, we'll go play football, we'll go throw a baseball around, go throw a football around. It just we kind of keep each other like just always just ready to go, and it's just my friends have helped me a lot too. So
Yeah. No, it's good to have, be able to connect and have, something you can relate to. Hey, when it comes to Major League Baseball, I had to ask you, what, players, specifically pitchers that you follow and, sort of try to pick up maybe on their tendencies in terms of the way they, pitch on the mound and, they play the game. So just wondering about that as well.
I my 3 guys that I like I love to watch. Number 1 is Adam Wainwright. He's still doing it at such an old age, just be able to pick up on what he's doing. Number 2 is Lucas Giolito on the White Sox. Okay. And number 3 is Kirk Reuter. He's from my hometown down in Southern Illinois. So just like those three guys, just, picking up certain things from them has just helped me out so much, and being able to follow them and just seeing like, it's like everything with them. It's like after their films, interviews, and you just see kind of what it takes to have that dog mentality and that big mindset.
Okay. Right. Great. Hey, you talked about the kids before, and I think, even though it said, going to be a junior, of course, at Lane Tech, college prep, high school, but what you can offer in terms of your advice, your message to those kids. I mean, of course, not too long back, you were, of course, going through the system in elementary school. A lot of kids are trying to find their way in terms of what sports they're going to play. If I'm going to succeed in the game of baseball, I'm wondering if, what you can say to them if, their kids watching this interview, said, because it's tough. I mean, there's a lot of pressure. It's very competitive, and trying to navigate those those turbulent waters. It's not easy. So I'm wondering, like, maybe what you would say to them.
Never give up. Honestly, like, you like with baseball, you're gonna fail more than you succeed. So it's just like you can't let that get to you mentally, and just have that passion for the game, because you got passion for the game, they'll have passion for you back, and that just goes with every single sport. Whether you want to play one sport, two sports, three sports, four sports, even more, like there'll come a day when it ends, but make sure just you go out there and you just enjoy it. Every single second matters, because you never know when it's going to go away.
Yeah, no, I agree. Okay, Amaan, you get the final word and message here for family, friends, classmates, teammates at Lane Tech College Prep High School, elite baseball training, and the Pakistan national baseball team.
I want to thank everybody who's watched this, had their time and taken time out their day to watch this, and just want to thank everybody. Thank you for giving me this opportunity, and it just shocked the world.
Sounds good. Hey, Amaan, just again, an incredible honor and privilege being able to interview you. Congrats again on your success. Lane Tech College Prep High School elite baseball training team in the Pakistan. Now, of course, coming up, the Pakistan national baseball team. And looking forward to seeing what you do, moving forward here.
Thank you. Yep. Thank you.